Hi everybody, it's Elaine from Group 1. I'm sick, I'm sorry, I'm snowed in a La Quinta in Bozeman, Montana. So my resources are very limited and I'm doing the best I can. All of your projects were awesome. Our project is on how to incorporate technology and tools for the 21st century classroom. In order to do that, we've chosen a few things. How to use Powtoons, how to create a Kahoot!, and how to use Camtasia Studios to upload live links so that your students can stay current. The first presentation is on Kahoot!, and this is how to create a Kahoot!
Hi everybody, it's Elaine, Group 1. I'm going to show you how to create your own Kahoot!. I don't know if all of you are familiar with this. It's an educational tool. It's an interactive game-based learning program. It's free to all teachers. All you need to do is sign in with your email and create a password. The company that launched this program is based out of Norway, and it really is designed as a learning game. My apologies, I'm super sick. So you would go to sign in, and then we're going to go ahead and create over here in the top right-hand corner. You can do one of four things. You can do a jumble, which is kind of a click and drag thing. You can create discussion boards that students can have. You can create surveys to gather opinions, but we're going to create a quiz today. I just finished a unit on waves, so this is going to be review for the test. I'm going to open it to everyone. I'm going to have it be in English. I am a school, and if you want to, you don't have to. You can upload an image. I have some on my desktop that I created here for waves, and just kind of make it pretty. And then we're going to let's go. Here I'm ready to add a question. And one of the reasons that I really like this is even though we all are given curriculum, we have certain things that are favorites, and we have a tendency to kind of go into more depth on things that we find more interesting. So this question is going to be the matter through which a wave travels is called. And then you can create any kind of answers. One of the fun things I like to do is create kind of one silly answer, and I always like kind of put a student's name down there, and they always think it's funny once theirs comes up. Kind of a way to personalize it. And then my last answer, I'll do spectrum. All right, so once we've done this, I have the matter through which a wave travels is called A. I have to select what the correct answer is. And then I go on to my next question. Yay, I love that question. How many seconds do I think it's going to take my students to answer that question? I'm going to give them 10. Add my next question. Here, THRO, through which medium do waves travel the fastest? Do you know? I'm going to give him a choice of a vacuum, let's do water, let's do air, and let's do steel. Correct answer is steel. We're going to go to the next question. You can also do just a simple true-false, so true or false. Pitch. Let's do one on pitch. Pitch is measured in hertz. Is that true? Or is that false? And the answer is it is true, ladies and gentlemen, it is true. And you can keep on going, and again, you can readjust these, like true false question, I'm going to give him 10 seconds. I'm going to give him 10 seconds on all of these. You can add graphics to each one. You can make them a little bit more interactive. But again, Kahoot! It is an amazing tool. Students can create quizzes for each other. You could use it as formative assessment. It's a good way of collecting students' voices. It's a good way of getting those quiet kids to participate. And another fun thing is once you start a quiz, there's a code that the kids have to type in, and then they get to put in their name. So I always make them do something fun, like yesterday their name had to be their favorite snack, or the day before their name had to be the name of their most embarrassing relative, and then I told them if they didn't have an embarrassing relative, it was probably them. So again, Kahoot! It, ladies and gentlemen, super easy, and it's a great way to engage your students in a study session without them really knowing it's studying.
The next one we have here is Powtoon. This is Mackenzie. She did a presentation on how to create videos into your curriculum, and then how students can then use those videos to create their own projects.
To begin, let me introduce Powtoon a little bit. First thing you're going to need to do is go to www.powtoon.com. This is, excuse me, after you log in, and once you're logged in, this is sort of like your dashboard. So over to the right, it has, before you start writing, remember so-and-so, and remember all these steps. So that's a great reminder of what you need before you begin. When you create your Powtoon account, you will need either a Facebook account, a Google account, or an email address. So first things first, Powtoon was created to make learning less boring, basically. A group of friends got together and were trying to decide how to make their audience not want to fall asleep. So they thought, oh, animated videos are great, but we don't have the money or the time for an animated studio to work on our presentation. So that's when Powtoon was born, and it truly is a great way to engage learners and a new way to deliver information to learners. So to begin, on your dashboard, you will see your the Powtoon that you have created before. This is one that I've created. This is about the antebellum period, and then this one is the one actually that I'm going to show you about today. So the great thing about Powtoon is you can work off of templates. You don't have to necessarily, like this says, create a blank one. You don't necessarily have to create one from scratch. So if you click on templates, I already have this screen pulled up. If you click on templates, a screen will appear that will look like this. It'll say your template category, and then there is a all, which is all of their templates, teacher, all of their templates for the education section, and then you have teacher and student. You can choose, it'll ask you when you sign up which type of audience you are trying to reach, and I put education, obviously. So if you look at the teacher templates, you will see that these are just a few of them. Now, I had an idea for 4th grade, since that is what I'm most familiar with. We do a solar system unit, and this would be a great template. 5 facts would be a great template to teach about the solar system. So once you click on use here, it will bring you to this page. And once you are on this page, you can click through and see what is on each slide. And I had an idea to kind of make my students get involved with this and have them create their own Powtoon. regarding a specific planet or something about the solar system they find interesting. Now, with that, I can choose like slides such as this one that will show where their planet is in the solar system, and they can just highlight their planet and move forward. Now, instead of these facts about Earth, it would be the facts about their planet. And to show you a little interesting feature, we're right now up here, we're in quick edit mode, and with quick edit mode, you can't necessarily get different pictures, change out things, but if you click quick edit and go to the full studio, quick edit is just, you can fill in the information and move on. With this, you can make it a little bit more personal. So let's say that I want to get rid of this Earth graphic. I'm going to delete it. And there's actually 2 there, so I'm going to delete that one as well. So now my planet there is gone. I can actually come over to, let's see here. I can't remember. You can actually search right here. Let's just say my student has the planet Mercury. And it says no suggestions, but if I hit enter, usually it pops up, but let's try a different one. And then it says results from all looks. I'm going to choose in media because this is a great way, because it does pull images from different sites. Now I know you have to be probably careful about this with students depending on their age, but say I want to just put in this picture of Mars, I can drag it over or click on it. I drag it over and it's loading, so now I can resize it, make it smaller, and then I can even just tell my students, insert your picture and then tell me your facts about Mars that way. And I can have them, okay, I need to know about the different layers of Mars, how old it is, tell me a little bit about how it became about, what is it composed of. And then on this one, they can again change out this graphic and tell me about Mars's moons and the ways in which, if its moons go through phases, or how its moons work. Now, they would obviously have to change all of these graphics maybe, obviously to their planet, and then I could have them present that to the class. One cool thing about Powtoon is they can add slides, you can take away, you can play it, you could play it from the beginning, and there's different sections over here. If you do the full studio, you can choose different backgrounds, characters. If I don't want to do anything with Mars anymore and I just want to choose props, there's different kind of props you can use. I will say there's some props that are just Pro, and with Pro you do have to pay to be able to use Pro. I personally do not have the Pro plan or the Pro Plus plan. You can use down here, there's some that are for free, and if you need, you can always upgrade. And then there's characters. Now, like I said, some of them are for the Pro, but some of them are not, and they're still great. You can have them doing just about anything. Yeah. So, and you can change your background and like free images and things like that. And when I'm finished, I can go up here and I can rename my my Powtoon. And once I have clicked that, I click save, and so my Powtoon is now saved, and I can preview it. And when I preview it, it shows me different, when I preview, it'll show me the whole presentation. So this is just a little bit about Powtoons. You can create all kinds of things. If you want to go back to your, if you want to go back to your dashboard, you can go and just click on My Powtoons. And I have to say, learning from an animated video to me is going to be a lot more interesting than learning by someone just lecturing for me. Like I said, once you've created them, they're all stored right here, so you can create them now. You can also go and look for different Powtoons. So if you go to Explore, you can go to different videos like User Gallery. And then it will have different things here that you can view, maybe get some ideas. And yeah, so this is all about Powtoon and how you can use it in your classroom. You can make a Powtoon, or your students can make a Powtoon to show the information they have learned. Maybe you can use it as a summative assessment or a formative assessment throughout your learning.
All right, and finally we have how to use Camtasia Studio. Camtasia Studio is a free recording. I'm using the free one. You can buy upgrades. That's why I have the Camtasia Studio logo in the back, because I'm cheap and I'm doing the free one. But this is how to upload a URL address. This is a great tool for teachers, especially if you have students that are absent and you want them to stay current in their weekly or daily assignments.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Elaine Page, and welcome to my Camtasia Studio presentation. This is a program by TechSmith that allows you as educators to create videos on instruction and then upload them to your classroom web page or your homework calendar. For this assignment and this tutorial, I selected to show you guys how to upload a URL address for students that may be homesick. Sometimes students are home because of dental appointments or family obligations, and they're able to stay current with the work. But for me, being a science teacher, recreating a lab for just one or two people is a huge undertaking. So anytime a student is absent on a lab day, I upload an online lab so that they can do the lab and the write-up from the safety of their own home. In this particular tutorial, I did a chicken heart dissection as part of the 7th grade curriculum. We learn about the cardiovascular system. So to go along with the standards there, we do a dissection of a chicken heart. But for those students that are absent, I'm not going to recreate that lesson for them. So I created something for them to do online. We are going to learn how to upload a hot link or a URL address to your web page, and this will allow students to have access to the assignment from a distance. In our class today, we created an assignment doing open heart surgery on a human. This is an online lab that allows students to operate on this young boy. I'll walk you through the steps. He is sick and he's in the hospital and he needs a heart transplant. And you just have to follow the steps. Use the stethoscope here to listen to his heart. Pick the correct operating room. Follow the directions using the tongs. Pick up the cotton balls. Dip it in the iodine. Sterilize where you're going to be making your incision. And then grab the marker and create a line for the incision. I'm going to stop it here just in case some of you are squeamish. But go ahead, highlight the link, and copy. At this point, you would go to your home. You would go to your home web page. My district uses MyConnect, which is awesome because it's like your own perfectly made web page. I teach 2 integrated 7th to integrated 8th grade sciences, and this is where my students would go to find out what's happening on the calendar day that they missed. So we go to the calendar. I'm going to pretend that this was on, let's put it the 15th here. It's going to be an assignment on open heart surgery. It is for my 7th grade integrated, so you want to make sure you pick the correct group and go to more options. Here you have an option to create quizzes, put in classroom dialogue, but for my assignment right now, I'm going to go ahead and add a URL address, so we want to hit a link there, and then I'm just going to right click and paste. Here I insert the link and I hit click me. Scrolling on down, you want to make sure that you have a URL website as your online entry option, and then go down here to the bottom and hit publish and save. Now, your student that is absent that day can go on to their calendar, click on open heart surgery, click on the link, and the online simulation should appear ready for them to do their operation at home, so when they come to school the next day, they are prepared and don't miss any instructional time. So I would like to thank you very much for listening to my presentation of how to upload a hot link or URL address to your web page so that students can access your work from a face-to-face classroom to a distance learning environment.
So again, this is Group 1's project on technology tools for the 21st century classroom. As you can tell, we are all sick and we are all just doing our best. So y'all have a great day and thanks.